Welcome to Geek Nerd Tech on Black Hollywood Live. Today, Bitcoin's prices soar, Facebook adds an order food option, and Twitter's co-founder apologizes for helping electing Trump. Let's go.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live's Geek Nerd Tech.
Name that song. Go. Name the artist. Go.
Oh, Heavy D.
All right, I was about to say, bro. Come on.
It's a hook. It's
Come on, man.
Take a minute.
Heavy D's birthday today, man.
Oh, it is Heavy D.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Hev.
He would have been 50 today.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. I was actually lucky enough to see Heavy at one of his last performances.
Oh, that's fresh. You got to see Heavy.
Yeah, that was one of the last performances. It was at the Palladium.
Heavy dancing?
He wasn't feeling too well, so he wasn't really up there. He just did he did like a couple bars. He didn't really get a chance to do the dancing because I didn't know he was sick at the time, but now it's like
Put it all in perspective.
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. I'm also friends with his ex. His ex is a good friend of mine. So.
That's what's up.
Anyway, Heavy D, happy birthday, Heavy D. I mean, one of the last great heavy rappers. That's back in the day when they had like a rapper for everything. It was
Exactly.
the fat boys, the skinny
Exactly.
boys, the funny boys, whatever. Everybody
Exactly.
is a rapper for everything. Now it's just
But Heavy D, beside him being a rapper, producer, but just him being a businessman, like he put a lot of people on.
Yeah,
Puffy, like a lot of
sure.
people, like he helped orchestrate their whole movement, which is
Sure.
created a culture, you know what I'm saying?
Uptown. Wait, was Uptown?
Yeah.
Yeah, Uptown.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Andre Harrell.
Andre, back in my day.
It's my day too, brother.
I'm talking about Andre Harrell. Back in my day,
Oh.
you used to rap.
Oh, okay.
There used to be
Yeah,
a group
that was
called-
your day, for
they,
sure.
They were a group called Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, I remember them.
Jekyll and Hyde, like back in the they wore suits.
Yep.
Jekyll and Hyde, they were sorry.
They
I
were.
mean, he should stick to business. I'm glad he got out.
Right,
Kept
right.
the suit. But
Yeah, exactly.
stop rapping.
Put down the mic.
Because I don't know. I can't remember which one he was. He must have been Hyde. 'Cause he's Harrell. I wonder what happened to Jekyll.
Hide them skills.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, man. So, how was your anything at the top of mind? How was your week? Anything you talk about?
No, man, it's straight, bro. I'm just barely catching up to my popular culture consumption.
Okay.
So I'm a little late on stuff, but I just saw Guardians. Thought it was great.
Oh yeah.
Probably gonna see Alien soon.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, things are good, man. I'm looking forward to what this summer's going to be like in terms of movies and just television properties. I think it'll be fresh. What about you?
I have just really Game of Thrones trailer dropped today, which I'm
Exactly.
very excited about.
Yeah.
It's like those trailers are like some of the best. Every time those Game of Thrones trailers drop,
Oh yeah, it's a moment.
it's a moment. That's really something to be said about a TV show having a trailer that drops that gets as much like internet buzz and explosion as a movie trailer.
It's not just a TV show. You can't define it as a TV show.
I mean, what we talk about, like just culturally or just
Culturally, it's an enterprise. It's events. It's licensing. It's other forms of content. Like
I mean, HBO has 4 spinoffs coming, so like
it's a franchise.
they're gonna CSI the shit out of that one. Law and Order it. Dragon's gonna have a show. Everybody's gonna have a show. I don't know what the spinoffs are gonna be.
That's
but,
hilarious. That would be funny.
but I get the well, they're already getting the money HBO because they already got the subscribers, so they're
Exactly.
gonna. I wonder if I'm digressing slightly. We'll get into this because we have a lot of things to talk about. But I wonder if part of the equation is losing subscribers, losing those subs.
Part of the equation.
In terms of if you're HBO or Netflix, I mean, you want to keep your subscriber and keep gaining, but
Oh yeah.
people drop off too, right?
I mean,
People drop off.
I would assume so for
If the content's whack, people are like, why do I have HBO?
yeah, but I don't think the content is whack. HBO
now?
has been pretty consistent. I mean,
Yeah.
they have whack enterprises. Don't get me wrong. There's
Yeah.
some shows that are terrible in
Yeah.
my opinion, but
Yeah.
but you're gonna get that one good one that's gonna sustain you.
Yeah.
So I would think that if a subscriber drop, it would be for a reason that was beyond their control, like a financial reason.
Yeah.
Not like this shit is whack.
I do like one thing I'll say about this. I do like how these premium cable channels are really taking the movie approach to some of these things, meaning they don't have to feel the pressure to drop something the following year. They can drop when it's ready, a la Westworld.
Yeah.
Westworld is like they're not pressuring and rushing the process and rushing the effects and rushing everybody to get a Westworld out the following year because if advertisers need to, because it's the fall season. They're like, it's like a movie. Let's get it right.
Yeah.
It'll be released when it's released. It's like,
well, sort of. I slightly disagree with that because a lot of the platforms still want to be up for awards every year.
That's
So,
the point.
I mean, I think there is still some type of urgency to be able to get the content out.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, because what property has skipped a year? I don't know of one.
Oh, a lot of.
Well, Netflix wise, maybe HBO,
Netflix.
but I don't know if Netflix like their strong property that skipped a year.
Yeah.
Maybe House of Cards did it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would have to check that.
It's check it. I feel like some of them are on like 18-month cycles. Like Stranger Things is not going to be that's coming out October.
All right.
But that'll be a little longer than a year, right?
Maybe.
It feels like that, but I don't know. I
gotta check that one.
But I'm thinking like along the lines of like the Mad Men. I remember that was like in Sopranos. Sopranos did that. Like they were gone forever. It's like the UK model. UK will do a season and then like 3 years later, season 2,
bring it back,
and then a year later do a Christmas special, and the whole is over.
Right.
You never hear anything from it again. So anyway, I want to switch gears to talk about the Ariana Grande concert in the UK. Is a huge explosion at the what we now know as in Manchester, which we now know as a terrorist attack situation. 22-year-old suicide bomber. Horrible. Like, I mean, all the social that came out of that was both horrible and uplifting at the same time. But there was something that happened. Facebook has a safety check feature, right? And it like sends a message to all the users in the area saying there's immediate danger. They can notify friends and family, and they talked about this stuff, and it was put in place for like mass shootings and disasters and hurricanes, and it worked. It worked. So that's I mean that's pretty good on Facebook, right?
100%. First, I think it's terrible what happened. You know, innocent lives lost, especially children. I think that's really deplorable and painful. But I think that this is a great instance of where Facebook is actually its innovations and technology is actually helping to bring calm and clarity to people's lives. And I think that what's dope about it is when they first created it, it was an automation thing that was done on Facebook side where they would be able to pinpoint the natural disaster or whatever. But now it's user generated, so based on keywords, like if something's happening, explosion or whatever the keyword is, Facebook's able to hone in on that, grasp on it, and then amplify it out, and then you're able to check to see if your loved one is cool or whatever. I think that's a great feature.
It is a great feature. I think it's a great feature. And again, it's like we wonder a lot about like the intrusion, the sort of like the tentacles of Facebook reaching into our lives, but then the flip side of that is we're able, when a tragedy strikes, this is able to happen. So
exactly.
I thought that's fantastic.
Of course they're gonna wrap it up, but
yeah,
as they should.
Well, on that, just the last thing I want to say about the Ariana Grande thing is as it relates to social media. There's that one dude, I can't remember his name, but who tweeted out immediately after the explosion a bunch of like, I think he said something like, Ariana Grande, I thought that was a coffee drink, and he's like, when I heard her music, I almost died too.
Dang. Yeah, he said that? You don't know?
Yeah, no, he's a Boston local news guy. What happened?
Wow.
Yeah, so I saw when he tweeted it out.
That's pretty
insensitive. And it was in real time. It was actually right when it happened.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so
he's gonna lose his job.
Probably. Oh, he's got to be gone by now. But like, it was a weird thing because everyone just destroyed him because it was like, dude, like people
tripping, bro.
It was before people you knew how many people, what happened, how many people were out. Oh, it's this guy,
it's David Levitt.
Levitt.
You're out of here.
Yeah, you gotta get him up out of there.
What were you thinking?
He looks like a smirky Boston dude too. But yeah, immediately. But it was early, but it was too early for him to even comment like that.
That's stupid.
Because he knew that people had died. Then when it finally came out that like 19 to 22 people died.
I don't care if one person died.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
To make that comment, and then when it came out that all those people died, he was like, oh, I didn't realize so many people died.
Don't try to walk this back, bro.
It was such a half-ass. It was like thoughts and prayers, bro. It was like so half-ass. I just in case they can
get him out of there and let's get to talking about something else.
But yeah, let's get him out of there. Anyway, so moving on, keep staying with Facebook. Got a couple more Facebook stories. Facebook is about to shake up the game. It seems like we talk this all the time. Whenever there's a hot app, Facebook looks at it, watches it, studies it,
sure do.
Tries to like in their Facebook incubation lab, like probably test it, and then comes out with it. And this time they're coming after. I mean, they're coming after everybody. They're coming after Uber. They're coming after Postmates. They have an order food option.
Grubhub.
Yeah, Grubhub, Postmates, because they have an order food option. They again, it's about like you always say. They want to try to keep you on Facebook.
They want to keep you on Facebook, man. Keep you in the ecosystem, and the fact that you could be on there playing games, posting pictures, getting news. Now you can order food and have it delivered to you while you're still on Facebook. Like, I mean, they are literally trying to be in every category, every space, and be able to hold our attention. And the fact that they're able to, theoretically, they're able to do it better than these other apps that have been doing it for a number of years now.
Right.
I think that'll be pretty phenomenal and cheaper. I read that it would be cheaper, more cost efficient, and like 2 clicks and food's at your door.
Yeah.
Man, if this works and if they have like a variety of options, like that would be pretty fresh, man.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm not on Facebook enough. I'm trying to Facebook.
Do you use Postmates and Grubhub like that?
I do. I use Postmates like that. Yeah, and I use Grubhub inadvertently because a couple of places that I like Trejo's Tacos, they have what they've done is Trejo's has an app. So you want to go to the Trejo's app and you order from the Trejo's app. It's powered by Grubhub. Right. So they a lot of places have that now. So like, come check out our app. It's a really smart way of Grubhub to go to the actual restaurants and be like, let us power your app. Exactly. As opposed to going to Postmates. Of course. So yeah, I like that. So you can order directly from them. You're still paying a fee. It is faster. Than Postmates, which usually takes forever. And
to me, Postmates is way more expensive.
Yeah, I mean Postmates is
at least based on the area that you're in too. Because where I live, like there's not as many drivers or whatever, so like the prices are super high. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, people be like, I mean, like I've been around people Postmating like shit from. I love this place in Seal Beach. Right. I love the tacos down in in Long Beach.
That's stupid.
It is ridiculous.
So I'm gonna get some cold ass tacos by the time they get to me. No, thank you.
Stupid, but people do it all the time. Anyway, all right. So that's that. Facebook. On the flip side of that, Facebook has had to pay $122 million in fines.
Couple pennies, man. Couple pennies.
Couch cushion money. Like that's in the seat next to the lint and the couch cushion. Basically, they play to the European Union, the EU. It's basically this whole thing like they're giving misleading information when they're vetting a deal to acquire WhatsApp in 2014. WhatsApp is very huge in Europe. And this is how most of India uses WhatsApp, UK uses WhatsApp. Yep. So again, Facebook is like, what's up, WhatsApp? But I guess they did some dirty pool.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to be. They said they guaranteed that they wouldn't be sharing people's information from WhatsApp to Facebook, and that found out to be, untrue. And so they were obviously siphoning and mining that information and utilizing it for Facebook purposes. And so that's what that fine is for. And then, I mean, to your point, like that's what makes you think of this big behemoth of Facebook. Like, okay, are you really for the people, or are you really trying to implement positive change, positive disruption, or are you just selfishly greedy and trying to get our information to be able to make as much ad revenue as possible? And in this case, like that, it looks like that's what they were doing that for. So
yeah, I mean, but for their mistakes and misgivings, they are getting paid. They're paying $120 million, which is nothing. Yeah.
I mean, for somebody else, that would be
that would be a huge fine.
For them, it's like, all right, cool. Who do we cut the check to?
I mean, yeah, that's easy. Zuckerberg cut it out. It's personal. Exactly. He's got that. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So that's that. I want to go. I want to talk about. We've been talking about the Trump administration in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of things that the Trump administration is doing that is so dangerous and crazy. But we've also, as it relates to us on the show, that we're talking about. He put in his new head of the FCC, and they're rolling back net neutrality protections. All the stuff that Obama put into place, are rolling it back. and they're coming at it, and people are still quite not understanding how this affects them. So people like John Oliver and other people have been like really, and maybe even us, really banging the drum and this is bad. But people seem to not care until it affects them. But I don't know.
Yeah, you got to ramp up the information, and I love the fact that John Oliver took it as a personal cause to be able to raise that awareness. But I mean, there's people outside of the FCC protesting. There's over 1 million signatures to try to get it to try to sway the vote. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, at the end of the day, there will be more protests if they continue through with it. You know, because I just don't see that it would be. I don't see that the people would stand for that. I mean, because of our dependency to the internet and our devices, the technologies, right. Like people want and need the information.
Yep.
And so we shouldn't be penalized or punished because of our economic status or because of where we live or any of that. It should be fair and equal for all. Point blank period. And I think there will be a lot of people that will be vocal about that if it proceeds further. You know.
Yeah, I agree with all that, and it's an information. The irony is like we need information about how we are disseminating and sharing information about the information we're going to be getting, and it's like I don't know, man. It's really sort of disheartening to a certain degree that us as a society just don't care enough and continually allow all this stuff to happen, but. Hopefully that if we take back the House in 2018, we can get some other. We start making some changes here.
100%.
This is somewhat disturbing. Speaking of that, Evan Williams, CEO of Twitter, has spoken out finally about what he views and acknowledges as maybe his part in electing Donald Trump, and in what's kind of an unprecedented move from a CEO, he's apologizing. He's like,
yeah, that's a big statement.
Yeah, like I mean, you never. I mean, Zuckerberg didn't apologize. Like and a lot of these CEOs of these, a lot of these Silicon Valley guys are are left leaning guys, but they're still businessmen as well. So they're kind of straddling that line. But but Evan's like straight up, like, look, Twitter is Trump's. That's his like spot.
Yeah, that was his platform of choice.
That's his platform.
I mean, he utilized that platform brilliantly to his advantage, and I mean, sad to say, like, yeah, he does have some responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, but
what is he supposed to do though?
Exactly.
Like, Trump?
Obama used it as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it, but I love the fact that he is courageous enough to be vocal and say that, because I mean, it clearly delineates him from Trump's values,
right?
And whatever he stands for, whatever he's trying to implement politically, like he wants to create distance, and so I love the fact that he had the balls to do that.
Yeah. So I mean, props to him. I don't know what he can do moving forward. I don't know if his Twitter is going to be around.
It'll be around
moving forward. But
it'll be around.
We'll see. Bitcoin is prices are soaring under President Trump, and there's a lot of speculation as to why that could be. But they're above $2,000 this weekend and then now they're up to 2,100 in trading wise, and they're up 125%. And people think it has to do with President Trump. It's a lot to do with. I mean, it's a lot to do with the what I imagine is what people predict is the destabilization of our economy and everything else. So
the stability of markets. Like if you see that because of the political turmoil that this country is in, and the relational quality being diminished because of Trump and his vocal stances, like that could create an avalanche effect with the markets. And so, hey, I will invest my money in something that's more stable and less regulated, and that's why you see it increasing, because it's becoming more valuable if you can see signs that the traditional system is becoming weakened. Right. So I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. It's really a scary. It's a scary time if the financial markets have collapsed and Bitcoin
has risen.
Yeah, it's another.
I only have one Bitcoin, just one, like half of one.
Zero.
It broke in half.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get my stuff together, my cake up, and now money ain't no good. Right. I gotta get some Bitcoin.
I have a bat coin. How about that? Bat coin.
Uber is still in a lot of trouble, man. Uber's still kind of going through some growing pains and some PR pains. The driverless car experiment was something that was trumpeted, and people were going to do it all over the place. And Pittsburgh was trumpeted. Right. Pittsburgh was one of the main cities that were going to get with the whole program. Their mayor, Bill Peduto, he said, listen, man, you can either roll out the red carpet or roll out the red tape. And Pittsburgh's rolling out the red carpet. We're not going to stop progress. 9 months later, he's like, yeah, man, I don't know. Uber's kind of crazy.
Man.
So, and basically, he's really just kind of like, it's mostly the association with Uber and the CEO of Uber. And you don't want to be, as the mayor of Pittsburgh, cozying up to the company.
You don't want that on your resume. You don't want that on your resume at all.
So...
I get it from that perspective, just perception-wise. Like, you don't want to be in the midst of bad company. And Uber, Travis, CEO, like you said, there's been, like a domino effect of just issues. But I think even with infrastructure, I think it's figuring out with autonomous vehicles what happens with their streams of income as a city. And so I read in that article that 14% of their income comes from parking. Yeah. So people driving and parking. So if you have a city that's filled with autonomous vehicles, what happens to that revenue stream?
Yeah, these are the things that people really haven't really thought out when you start thinking about all of the ripple effect of having these cars, because there's, like you said, there's so many revenue streams, and Lord knows they get a lot of my money in the parking. So.
Man, I maybe out of ignorance or just not really knowing how cities are planned, but 14% of the city's revenue comes from parking of a major city. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why the meters are everywhere.
That's why they ticket us.
And that's why they ticket you too, because if they don't get you by charging you $1 an hour, $2 an hour to park, they'll get you by $70 ticket. So it's a great revenue. So it's revenue for the city, and then they don't want to take that away by having people Uber around. So the city can get cut in on that.
Right.
So we'll see. YouTube TV. YouTube TV is here. I think we talked a little bit about it. I've been using it. I think it's great so far. But the big news is that YouTube TV is now going to work on Apple TV.
Great big news.
But only over AirPlay.
So wow, this is phenomenal.
I mean, it's not. So in other words, you're not going to be able. Apple and Google, they're not going to let you have the thing in your Apple TV.
It won't be an app.
It won't be an app,
right?
But you can stream it through AirPlay. So if you have it on your Chrome browser on your computer, right, and Apple Play it to your TV or your phone.
Well, I mean,
I'll take it.
I won't minimize or trivialize the excitement of this, but I mean, before you could only watch it, through Chromecast.
Yeah.
Didn't you own a Chromecast?
Yeah, I did.
So I guess now
left in the hotel room.
Oh damn! The fact that you could now AirPlay it through your Apple device, I think is cool. But hopefully they'll be able to advance and you'll be able to watch it through an app on any device, and I think that's where they're leading themselves to go. So
yeah, I'm still trying to figure out in my new crib, I'm trying to map out my strategy for having a cableless household. Cableless. This is a cord never household.
I'm cableistic.
I'm trying to figure it all out, so I'm still doing the research. But it's what I've come to the conclusion of is, at the end of the day, I'm committed to it. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure it's going to be that much cheaper. Because
do you mean cableless or wireless?
I mean,
which one do you mean?
Well, I have some sort of fiber to come in and do my Wi-Fi.
Okay, but you don't necessarily need to see the cable for that, right?
No. What I'm saying is, I don't want to have a cable box.
Right. Okay.
Okay. No DirecTV, no AT&T Uverse, no Time Warner.
So what's preventing you from doing that?
Well, I'm going to do it, but I'm just saying what I'm learning is how I want to get down. The Wi-Fi is going to be expensive.
What do you mean? It's being smart for the whole house?
Yeah.
But I don't understand how that correlates to, because you're not paying the Wi-Fi based on the consumption amount. You're paying the Wi-Fi based on the space, right?
Well, it pays the Wi-Fi.
And it's the speed of which you want to download content.
But I have multiple TVs in the house.
You just need a strong router. That's it.
A strong Wi-Fi. But we need the most powerful Wi-Fi coming in the spot, and it's expensive.
You just need your download speeds to be high. So what? 200 isn't good enough for you, brother?
I need 200 my shit ain't good immediately.
For you? I need 500. Like, oh, goddamn, brother. All right, step your game up.
The only point that I'm making is stepping your Wi-Fi game up, along with setting you up yourself on multiple TVs, along with paying all these subscriptions. It's still cheaper, but it's proven to be a challenge. But I'm committed to it.
Hey, let's
That's
go.
all.
Let's
That's
go.
all I'm saying.
I'm gonna be stealing some of your Wi-Fi.
Speaking of the challenge, this is a bittersweet story. I don't know how to really say this in a way that like whatever it's gonna sound. Well, it says Zack Snyder suffered a horrible tragedy. I think his daughter committed suicide. 20-year-old daughter committed suicide, which is terrible. So he's bowed out of all of the duties of all the DC comic universe for the foreseeable future. And Joss Whedon, who's a newly minted DC person coming over from Marvel, is to take over. That is not. It's people are like likening it to, J.J. Abrams, how he was able to do Star Trek, and then he moved over and he's doing Star Wars. I mean, Joss Whedon's a guy who did Marvel did the Avengers, right. Great job with the Avengers and a great job with Ultron. Now he's coming over to take over Justice League. Right. So, as well as the entire universe. This is a horrible thing for Zack Snyder, and I've been very critical of him, but I don't wish any ill will on him whatsoever and in his family. But I will say, Joss is... also a bit of an egomaniac, but I think that his vision, I think he's got the right vision between him and Greg Berlanti. I think that this is going to be great.
But I think, from my understanding, I think yes, it will be great, and yes, it is a tragedy, and I'm glad that he's taken the space to be able to, spend time to heal with his family. Yeah. But I think that they are going to still, take the DNA of what he's already created. And kind of stick to that. I don't think it'll be too far off tone wise from what he's already established as a leading line. So right. I don't know if it'll be like completely variated from his style and tone of filmmaking, but I don't know.
I do. I think that like Zack's is dark. I mean, as a visual stylist, he's got a very specific style, like cloudy, dark. His color palette is very gray.
I love it.
You don't.
I do love it.
Really?
We have this banter on the show all the time. Like I am not a fan, but I'm not in opposition to how he executes. Well, we talked about Superman a lot, right?
Right.
You hate Superman, the new incarnations of it. I think it's fresh.
I thought there's some really, really great shots in Superman and some great moments. I think overall the movie itself was uneven. I thought Batman versus Superman.
Uneven narratively or tone-wise?
We're talking about tonally. Okay. I think tonally, it's a little, I don't know, a little brooding. I don't know. It's this whole Chris Nolanization of the DC comic universe, and Chris Nolan shit was dope for Batman, but everything ain't got to be Batman. Right. So I don't know. We'll see. They clearly tried to lighten. They got that note, and they tried to lighten the tone for Justice League. At least in the trailers, there's just like 10, 15 jokes in the trailer. Right. So I mean, we get it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes up. I don't know. So far, no good between the whole DC comic universe. Suicide Squad, nope. That was Warner Brothers' fault for meddling. Batman versus Superman, I bought the 3-hour version of that just to see what was up. I watched all 3 hours and 18 minutes of it. Nah, I mean, it was better.
Hey, Wonder Woman, baby. Wonder Woman.
I can't imagine that's going to be anything but amazing. I mean, I'm serious. I can't imagine. I'm going to skip this Nintendo story because when we get up out of here, but like, the thing that is making me the most excited is James Cameron
and Arnold
is making a new Terminator, and he's bringing back Arnold. This is the best news I've had ever in the history of ever. Now, I mean, because this is one of my favorite films of all time is Terminator 2, and they're bringing that back for 3D version. We talked about that last week, but this is something else.
Hey, the collaboration is in progress.
Yes,
we'll see, man. I mean, I would agree with you. I think it would be pretty fresh to see if they can come back and smash it. I mean, I know Cameron directed the first two, so to be able to have his creative genius, Arnold's iconic presence on screen again with this classic franchise, I think it would be fresh. It would be dope. So yeah, I agree with you.
6th Terminator movie.
I know. And then I mean, well, I'll run it back to you. Why are you not excited about Arnold doing the bringing back Conan and bringing back well, I guess it would be the sequel to Twins, Triplets. Hey.
Well, Triplets was always a script that was floating around there, like since like the 80s. Triplets is a script that was floating around there since the 80s.
But they're rewriting it.
And they're rewriting it. Yeah. So yeah,
and did it always have Eddie as the triplet?
I feel like it did. I feel like that was always the thing. It was like Eddie was the triplet. So that that's been floating around there since like think about Eddie at his height. How big that movie was.
That would have been cool.
I think it was Paramount. I think that movie been floating around forever. So they're bringing that back. I think I read that. I think Arnold said that in an interview. I read that. So, and then Conan. I mean,
Conan, come on, bro. I love Conan as a kid.
Yeah, I want to see a 72-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's gonna be the father. It's gonna be someone else that he's fucking up shit with.
All right.
He'll probably die and pass the torch.
Okay, maybe I'll see that, but. I don't know if I want to see big Arnold, 75-year-old Arnold with a broadsword. But I mean, him and Sly are not stopping. Sly's got like 3 action movies coming out.
Hey, I was surprised to see him in Guardians.
I know.
I had no idea.
And he was like, hey, I'm back. I was like, what? And that group, that's a comic book. Those crew themselves, and I forget what they're called. Not the Reavers, but they may be a movie spin-off of them starring Arnold.
Right.
So Arnold has got like he also got Escape Plan 2 and 3 greenlit. So I mean, I guess they're getting all this money and before they're 80. And look, don't get mad because Clint Eastwood did the same thing. Right. He's way too old now. He's in his
90s,
late 80s, I think.
But I was 90.
He's knocking on the door, but he is not doing the action movies anytime soon. They
might have to CG him.
So, but Arnold and your boy Sly are getting it in.
That money.
Still getting it in. Red Dead Redemption 2.
So excited.
I'm super excited about it. Like, Red Dead Redemption 1. I mean, it's Rockstar Games. Open world. I mean, I'm still playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's because it's just a gigantic open world, and you can, and with the online stuff, you can go and rob banks and do all kind of crazy shit. But like, I still love that game. Red Dead Redemption 2 and this ridiculously open map. I mean, Red Dead was it's already crazy because at least in GTA, you're in cars, you can whip around, and it takes you a while. You're in a plane.
Right.
At least you're in a stagecoach. You're on a horse.
That's great.
Like, it's like Westworld. Like, to explore that whole map, you like clicking around the horse.
I'm excited.
That's a lot to explore. But it's a huge map, so it'll be definitely a game changer. This will be a game you'll be playing for like 2-3 years, but it looks amazing. I'm all in. I know that's all I really got. Oh, I do want to say before we get out of here, I did see Alien Covenant.
Yeah.
Thumbs up for me. I did like it.
Did you like the Android?
I would talk about that offline. I think our mutual friend Rome. I think that I think it's a little more nuanced than that. I think it's a little more nuanced than his description. I think they're doing something very specific there with that move. Although, they're making a couple of different statements in a couple of different ways.
I've read articles about it. I don't think it was nuanced. I mean, there's been multiple authors that have spoken to that as them trying to be innovative. And whatever we talk about.
Right, we talk about offline, but in terms of the movie itself, I thought it was great, well done. In terms of where it fits in the franchise, I mean, do I need another origin story to the Xenomorphs? It's like in Prometheus is like, this is where they almost came from. And this was like, this is where they came from. And I mean, no spoiler alert, but they still haven't drawn a direct line to Ripley yet. So there's still room for another full movie in there.
Of course there is. They got to make this money, brother.
I don't know that I'm excited about another full movie about how the Xenomorph got to Ripley. I don't know if I need that. So anyway, we'll see.
I guess my question is, I mean, we talked about, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but in your top, does it trump anything in your top 3 now?
You talk about Covenant?
No, I'm talking about Aliens as a franchise. So I know you said Alien and Aliens were your top 2. You didn't care about 3 and 4.
Nah.
So does it trump Prometheus? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah,
or does
it's better than Prometheus.
But it's not better than Aliens or Alien?
Yeah, heck no.
Heck no.
It's probably the 3rd best in the series. I would give it. It might be
as a cinematic experience.
As a cinematic experience, it's really hard because Alien's the original and it's from 1979, so it's hard to compare 1979 with 2017. I mean, actually, like one to one, A Covenant's a better movie, but Alien is Alien. So
there it is.
So I don't know. I mean, it's probably like Alien Covenant, 2, 3, and then Prometheus, and then who cares? And then probably 4, and then probably 3 is the last one. The David Fincher joint was terrible.
Gotcha.
Love David Fincher. All right, that's all I got. What else? Anything else?
Nah, man, we're good to go.
All right. Well, I want to hear your review of that and Wonder Woman next week. So we will be. I'm seeing Baywatch tonight, I think.
Awesome.
So I'm excited about that. We'll talk about that too. Where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AkiliShine, AKILISHINE. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Joe K. Braswell. And that's about it. Thank you so much. We will see you very soon.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.